If you've been to this luncheon before, you know what's coming, and you know it's the best part. And if this is your first time, well, you're about to see why we all look forward to this moment every year. Get ready to smile, laugh, and maybe even tear up a little. Please help me give a big, joyful welcome to our stars from Seattle, the Roxhill Elementary Players.
Hi, my name is Ray and I'm 9 years old.
Hi, my name is LJ and I'm 9 years old.
Hi, my name is Matilda and I'm 8 years old.
Hi, my name's Kaylee. I'm 9 years old.
Hi, my name is Athena and I'm 9 years old. Once upon a time, there were 3 cuddly wolves with soft, furry, and fluffy tails who lived with their mother. The first was black, the second was gray, and the third was white. One day, the mother called the 3 little wolves around her and said,
"My children, it's time for you to go out into the world. Go build a house for yourselves, but beware of the big bad pig."
"Don't worry, Mother. We'll watch out for him,"
said the 3 little wolves, and they set off. Soon they met a kangaroo who was pushing a wheelbarrow full of red and yellow bricks.
"Please, will you give us some of your bricks?"
Asked the 3 little wolves.
"Certainly,"
said the kangaroo, and she gave them lots of red and yellow bricks. So the 3 little wolves built themselves a house of bricks. The very next day, the big bad pig came prowling down the road and saw the house of bricks that the 3 little wolves had built. The 3 little wolves were playing croquet in the garden. When they saw the big bad pig coming, they ran inside the house and locked the door. The pig knocked on the door and grunted,
Little wolves, let me come in."
No,"
said the 3 little wolves.
"By the hair on our chinny chin chins, we will not let you in. Not for all the tea leaves in our china teapot."
"Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down,"
said the pig. So he huffed and he puffed and he puffed and he huffed, but the house didn't fall down. But the pig wasn't called big and bad for nothing. He went and fetched a sledgehammer and he knocked down the house. The 3 little wolves only just managed to escape before the bricks crumbled, and they were very frightened indeed.
"We shall have to build an even stronger house,"
They said, just when they saw a beaver who was mixing concrete in a concrete mixer.
"Please, will you give us some of your concrete?"
Asked the 3 little wolves.
"Certainly,"
Said the beaver, and he gave them buckets full of messy slurry concrete. So the 3 little wolves built themselves a house of concrete. No sooner had they finished than the big bad pig came prowling down the road and saw the house of concrete the little wolves had built. They were playing battledore and shuttlecock in the garden, and when they saw the big bad pig coming, they ran inside their house and shut the door. The pig rang the bell and said,
"Little frightened wolves, let me come in."
No,"
said the 3 little wolves.
"By the hair on our chinny chin chins, we will not let you in. Not for all the tea leaves in our china teapot."
"Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down,"
said the pig. So he huffed and he puffed and he puffed and he huffed, but the house didn't fall down. But the pig wasn't called Big and Bad for Nothing, he went and fetched his pneumatic drill and smashed the house down. The three little wolves managed to escape, but their chinny chin chins were trembling and trembling and trembling.
We shall have to build an even stronger house.
They said because they were very determined. Just then they saw a truck coming along the road carrying barbed wire, iron, bars, armor, and heavy plates and heavy metal padlocks.
Please, will you give us some of your barbed wire, a few iron bars and iron plates, and some heavy metal padlocks?
They said to the rhinoceros who was driving the truck.
Sure.
They said to the rhinoceros and gave them plenty of barbed wire, iron bars, and armor plates, and heavy metal padlocks. He also gave them some plexiglass and some reinforced steel chains because he was a generous, kind-hearted rhinoceros. So the three little wolves built themselves an extremely strong house. It was the strongest, securest house one could possibly manage. They felt absolutely safe. The next day, the big bad pig came prowling along the road as usual. The three little wolves were playing hopscotch in the garden. When they saw the big bad pig coming, they ran inside their house, bolted the door, and knocked all 37 padlocks. The pig dialed the video interest phone and said,
"Little frightened wolves with trembling chins, and let me come in."
No,
said the three little wolves.
by the hair on our chinny chins, we will not let you in. Not for the tea leaves in our china teapot.
Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down,
said the pig. So he huffed and he puffed and he puffed and he huffed, but the house did fall down. The pig wasn't called Big and Bad for nothing. He bought some dynamite, lit against the house and lit fuse, and the house blew up. The three little wolves just managed to escape with their fluffy tails squeaked.
Something must be wrong with our building materials,
They said,
we have to try something else. But what?
At that moment, they saw a flamingo coming along, pushing a wheelbarrow full of flowers.
Please, will you give us some of your flowers?
Asked the three little wolves.
With pleasure.
Said the flamingo, and he gave them lots of flowers. So the three little wolves built themselves a house of flowers. One wall was of marigolds, one of daffodils, one of pink roses, and one of cherry blossoms. The ceiling was made of sunflowers, and the floor was a carpet of daisies. They had water lilies in their bathtub and buttercups in their refrigerator. It was a rather fragile house, and it swayed in the wind, but it was very beautiful. The next day, the pig came prowling down the road and saw the house of flowers that the three little wolves had built. He rang the bluebell at the door and said,
"Little frightened wolves with scorched tails and trembling chins, let me come in."
No,
said the three little wolves.
by the hair on our chinny chins, we will not let you in. Not for all the tea leaves in our china teapot.
Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down,
Said the pig, but as he took a deep breath ready to huff and puff, he smelled the soft scent of flowers. It was fantastic, and because the scent was so lovely, the pig took another breath, and then another. Instead of huffing and puffing, he began to sniff. He sniffed deeper and deeper until he was quite filled with the fragrant scent. His heart grew tender, and he realized how horrible he had been. Right then, he decided to become a big, good pig. He started to sing and dance to the tontarella. At first, the three little wolves were a bit worried. It might be a trick, but soon they realized that the pig had truly changed. So they came running out of the house. They started playing games with him. First they played pig pong, then they played piggy in the middle, and when they were all tired, they invited him into the house.
They offered him tea and strawberries and asked him to stay with them as long as he wanted. The pig accepted, and they all lived happily together ever.
The end.